I have really weird standards when it like comes to my world building because I can't be just like, oh yes, mithril and adamantine, these are metallic elements with chemical properties similar to iron and titanium respectively. Wait, no, the other way around. The metallic, not where are they on the periodic table? On the period, it's fantasy. Who cares? But you can't just invent new metallic elements. There's no room on the periodic table. Well, excuse me from a slightly different camera angle. I think you'll find I can. Well, let's just say that this setting is like is like a different dimension where there's different chemical elements. That's ridiculous. Then I'll be like, okay, how about this? How about this? In this like different dimension where there's magic, alright, there is an additional subatomic particle that is made of magic. Now, it's not that this particle is magic. It's not like a metachlorian thing where like it's the thing that does all the stuff. No. That's not. We've learned our lesson from that. It's just that this subatomic particle itself is made of magic and effectively forms like highly magically conductive and reactive isotopes of already existing elements. And so you can have iron and titanium and silver and gold, but you also have magically reactive isotopes of these elements. And you can potentially, isotopically refine these particular things to get things like pure mithril and pure adamantine, mithril being the magically reactive isotope of titanium and so on. And leads to people being like, well, can we get something that is purely made out of this, magic subatomic particle? And like this becomes the kind of like search for the kind of like philosopher's stone and stuff like that. But of course, this would be the equivalent of effectively like neutron matter, right? It's like, sure, such a thing could potentially physically exist, but also if it occurred, you'd have bigger problems. Would there be magic subatomic particle like neutron stars? Oh, that's a good idea. Is that just a god? I feel like that's probably a god. An angry one. And because my interpretation of magic has always been like from thought and like from symbolism, like the natural occurrence of magical isotopes in a particular area may correspond directly to how like significant that material is symbolically to the civilization around. So on a planet without any life to have opinions and hold biases of things, there isn't really a whole lot of magical isotope that ends up occurring. In cultures that like massively prize things like bronze or gold or iron and so on, you end up having, higher occurrences of ore with high levels of these magically reactive isotopes. I have a question. Yes, me from a slightly different camera angle. How is this actually any different from just being like, they're just different metallic elements? I thought you were the one making that argument. Yeah, well, I got my camera angles mixed up. Well, this version is better because it's more complicated, I guess. So you're just kind of pretentious? I guess what I'm saying is that I'm kind of pretentious, yeah.